Are you like me and do you have a special interest in social media and do you want to grow an Instagram account? Then this video is for you. I managed to grow my Instagram account to 100k plus followers, and this is what I learned along the way. And you might be surprised to find that it's exactly opposite of what Instagram gurus tell you. The topic of my Instagram channel is art. I make sketches with ballpoint pen, but this is something that you can apply to any kind of niche. And I have several tips for you, and later on in the video I'm going to talk about the most important one, because if you cannot do that one, then you can forget about all the other things that I tell you. And I will also share with you some things that you absolutely should not do if you want to grow an Instagram account. And I'm talking about Instagram right now, but you can actually apply this to any social media account on any platform. The first tip that I want to give you is be active but don't burn out. And we already have a contradiction there, because how do you manage to show up with constantly new content and not burn out? Because I've been there, it's very tiring. The key is that you need to find a rhythm that works for you. Where one tells you that you should post like 3 times a week, the other one tells you that you need to post every day. So what is the truth here? And the thing is, there is no truth here. The most important part is that you find a rhythm that works for you. Because when you burn out, it shows in your content. You will be less enthusiastic, your content will feel rushed, it will lower the quality, and people won't watch it because it somehow doesn't feel right. And you need to keep in mind platforms like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, it's all short form content. It's content that has a short lifespan, so people forget about it. And I'm not saying that you should repost exactly the same video over and over again. I have tried that as well, and that doesn't really work anymore. But what you can do is you can remake old content. If you have a video from a while back that performed really well, you can rearrange those clips. Maybe you can make a different intro, maybe you can put a voiceover on it and talk about the success of the video. But you can also tell a bit more about that topic, since so many people were interested in it. So you don't need to create something new every time. You can just reuse old content. What matters most is that you always prioritize quality over quantity. So if you need to take a couple days more so you can make your video a little bit better, then you should take those couple of days. And what I mean with be active is that you still need to show up on Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you want to grow. You need to be active in the community. And you can also do that by stories. If you don't have any content, you can tell people like, hey, this is what I'm working on right now, and I hope you like it once it's finished. That way your account wouldn't be fully asleep when you are not active in posting something. But you can play around with that. You can also make like a carousel post of your working process while you are working on a reel. The thing is that you need to keep it low effort for yourself, and you need to keep it fun, because having fun will show through in your content. So that's what I mean with be active. Don't let your account fall asleep, but don't burn yourself out. Post as much as you can within your rhythm, and that can be 1 post a week, that can be 3 posts a week, it can be 1 post a day, as long as you are comfortable with that rhythm. And here is one that I personally really don't like, but sadly Instagram is very niche specific, and that means that it just gets confused when you're posting something about your dinner day one and you post an artwork the next day, and the next day you are going on a surfing trip and you all post that on the same account. And the algorithm won't be able to know where to push your content. And it's not that the algorithm hates you, it absolutely doesn't. But the only thing the algorithm wants is to keep people on the app, and it wants to serve people the content that will keep them on the app. But if the topics of your account is all over the place, the algorithm just gets confused and it doesn't know where to push it. For example, if I would post about surfing every day, I will gain a following that enjoys surfing. But if I would post an artwork all of a sudden, the algorithm can't tell that this is an artwork, that it doesn't have anything to do with surfing, but the audience that I have are surfers. So where does it need to push it? So it gets confused and it stops pushing it at all. And Instagram is very extreme with that. For example, when I was growing my account, it really mattered what I posted within my art niche. When I posted only sketches I made with ballpoint pen about dragons and sometimes other fantasy creatures, that would do really well because the algorithm immediately knew where to push that content. It's very interesting to see when I post a horse, for example, or a bird, which is still a sketch, still made with ballpoint pen, it immediately doesn't get pushed that far. It's not that people don't like that content, it's just that the people who follow me, they all love dragons. But the content wasn't dragons, so Instagram just doesn't know where that video should go. But also the people who receive that video are people who like dragons and might not like the other sketches that I make, and that's totally okay because the algorithm wants to serve what people want to watch, and it's not there to serve me to present my video to the entire world. And that also raises another problem, and if you are like me and you really want to have several creative outlets, because one day I'm really into photography and the other day I'm really into making cinematic videos, and the other day I just want to make a sketch with ballpoint pen, and the other day I just want to make a digital artwork. And I recently made a video about that because in that case you need a playground channel. And that channel is not going to be for your growth, it's not going to be for views, it's not going to be to gain a huge following, but that's going to be your playground, that's going to be your creative outlet. So your main channel doesn't get polluted with all the other things that you want to post. If your channel is about cooking, for example, and you want to post a video about your cat, that cat video should go on your playground channel. And if you want to post a video about a bike ride that you did, then that video should go on your playground channel. And your playground channel is going to be very messy, and that's totally okay. But I discovered that I really needed something like that, and it really helps me to keep my main channels clean and let them perform what they need to perform. So if you're interested in that video, I will link it down in the description of this one, and it's about having too many ideas to create social media channels and how that playground channel can help you with that. And when you're growing your channel, you probably have noticed that sometimes for months at a time nothing is happening. It stands completely still. You barely gain any followers, you barely get any views, and you might as well think about giving up or just changing the topic of your content entirely to try something else. And here is what I want to tell you is that growth comes in waves, and it's very important that you are patient. You need to stick to what you do, you need to stick to your topic, but you need to look at your videos on how can I make them more pleasant to watch. And you should be your own worst critic, which you probably are if you're watching this video, but you need to look at your videos and think about, is this the video that I would want to watch? And if not, then you should focus on the quality of that video. But don't change your entire channel, because like I said, growth comes in waves. And when the wave is down and it's very quiet, that is your chance to improve your content and to work on it. But you have to stay active on your channel through stories, through talk to people what you're working on, but remain within your niche, within your topic. It took me 4 years to grow from 100 followers to 100,000 followers. My account is a lot older than that, but before that I was only using it in a personal way. So if you scroll back on that Instagram channel far enough, you can see pictures of my cat. But it was an old channel that I just started using professionally. What I've seen when I was growing that, it's not like that it was one steady graph going up from 100 to 100,000. It was actually more like this, as sometimes the lows, they took months, and sometimes I was really wondering, like, is anything going to happen? But it will come back. And I know many of us are frustrated with Instagram. Many people of us are feel like we aren't getting the views that we are supposed to get. And then you need to go back, like, maybe the algorithm is confused by what we do, or maybe our content is the same as it is 4 years ago. Maybe you should change your content up a little while staying within your niche, but you should also ask your audience. Make sure to read your comments, because your comments actually tell you what people would like to see, but maybe they have some questions about your process. So if you made a video about cooking, for example, and somebody has a question about, hey, how do you do that? Then you can make a video about where you go more in depth and explain a little bit more about that. And you can play around with that. And like I said, the times where you are not growing, you should use those times to dive deeper into your content and improve. And so when you have a time that you are going up, that you can really jump on that. And here is one that nobody tells you, and that is when you have the amount of followers that you want, when you have managed to grow a large account, but you still have that growth comes in waves story. But at that time, when you are that big, when you are not growing, you're shrinking. So when you are not going upwards, you're actually going down and you are losing many followers. And when you have a small account, like from 1,000, that also happens, but then it would be just a few. But when you have an account of like 100k plus followers, or maybe even from 50k plus followers, and when you're not constantly working on growing, you are going to lose a bit, and so it will fluctuate with like a lot more than you have with the smaller account. So I recommend just don't look at that. When you are losing a significant amount of followers, then it's time to start looking into that. Why are people leaving? But stop looking at your following count every day, because there are many days that you are not gaining any followers, but you are losing them by dozens, and that is not very motivating. It can actually make you feel bad about yourself. It can make you doubt your content. But I recommend just focus on the people who are there. Keep doing the things that I already mentioned, but I still need to tell you the most important one. But keep doing what you do and stop focusing on performing. Stop focusing on the count of your following, but focus on the people that are there. Because you learn from them, they help you improve your content, and eventually you will jump on a wave that's going up again. And then you will get all that following back anyway. And finally, I'm going to tell you what is most important when you want to grow a channel on Instagram or every other social media platform. And that is be authentic. Have a real and genuine interest in the people in your comments community that you are building. Because if you don't care anything about the people, if you don't care anything about what they have to share with you, if you only want to have as many followers as possible because it's just like a vanity thing, that will only hold up for a short period of time. Because I have built my accounts over a couple of years, and the people that were there from the beginning, they are still there. These people are still in my comments cheering me on. I can consider them my friends. And if you don't care about the people, it's not gonna go anywhere. People won't trust you. Why would they believe you? Why would they want to hang out with you? I know the more following you gain, the more difficult it becomes to give everyone personal attention. I can't always reply to every comment, but I try. And people see it that you try. And when you see someone commenting on you more often, let them know that you see that and that's who they are. Refer back to a previous comments that they made. But keep in mind that it has to be real, it has to be genuine. You cannot fake an interest in people. So being authentic, being the real you and not faking it, that is what's most important, because that way you will build a community, and that way your account will be stronger. When it barely gets any views, when you are in that lows again, you are on a low wave, you're waiting for to go up again. They are the people who will help you keep your account active, and you need them. You need their support, and you need to support them as well. Consider them your friends, because that's what they are. And here are some things that don't work at all, and the first one is engagement pods. An engagement pod is that you follow someone with the goal to have them follow you back, and you are going to comment on each other's content because that's kind of part of the agreement. So you are going to give each other engagement, and that way your post will go further. It will not, because these people are not, you don't have a genuine interest in what they are making, and they don't have a genuine interest in what you are making. And there are many people that I follow that I comment on their content, and they always comment on my content, but I can guarantee you that I have a genuine interest in their content, and I hope they also have a genuine interest in my content. But if you are going to do that purely for the engagement, and you don't care about what they make, don't do it, because you're basically harming their channel and they are harming yours. Because when you comment and you are from a completely different niche, you are just a different person, you don't really fit in the profile of the people that might actually enjoy their content for real, you're actually just confusing their algorithm. So engagement pods, don't do that, it won't work for you. The other one is don't grow too fast. I know we all want to wake up someday to 1 million followers, and if that happens to you, that would be really awesome, but it should not be your goal. You should focus on building a strong community, on improving your content, because that is more solid, that is more important, and that will help you grow a strong and healthy account. And like I said, if it would happen that you wake up to 1 million followers, that would be totally awesome, but it should not be your goal. And this is something that I see happen very often, and it's really important for me that I tell you this, but don't complain to the people who are there. Because I see so many posts on Instagram, on Threads, on TikTok about people who complain about their content not being pushed, about people not engaging with their content, about not receiving many likes, about not receiving any comments, about people who watch the stories but never like them. You are complaining to the people who are there, the people who show up during your loves. And when you are complaining to the people who show up during your loves, you are going to lose them, because they get the feeling that they don't matter. They are there, they don't care if your views are low, but they are there and they enjoy your content, and you are complaining to them that they are not enough, because the people who are not seeing your content, the people who are not giving you any views, you are not entitled to those views. Because what is your goal with a video or a post complaining about your views, complaining about the algorithm, complaining about people not engaging with your content? Do you really think that someone on Instagram sees your video and thinks, oh, I completely forgot to press the views button on that video, I should do that right away and you will get your views back? It's not working that way. And there is so much negativity going on in the world. When people see a video about someone complaining about their views again, they're gonna scroll. They don't like that. It doesn't make them happy. And I know you want an outlet, and here it is again. Put it on your playground channel, but not on the main channel that you want to grow. Because I get the frustration. Just prevent complaining to the people who have your back. Prevent complaining to the people who cheer you on. Just be grateful that even when you have low views, even when there is low engagement, that there are still people there who cheer you on, that there are still people there who support you and would love to see you grow. So this is what I wanted to share about growing an Instagram account to 100k followers, and this is what my personal experience is with that, and I hope you learned something from this video. I posted this video on my playground channel because I need one as well, like I mentioned. I have a channel about paddleboarding and I have a channel about drawing dragons, and I still felt the need to create another channel because there are many topics that I want to talk about, like this one, and I think maybe if I would share that, maybe it can help someone. And I just enjoy making videos like this, and I hadn't really had a place to put them, so I'm posting them here. And if you want to follow along, please subscribe to this one. There are more videos coming, and they are going to be about several topics, things that I learn along the way when growing social media channels, and I just want to share that with you. I'm just someone who has a special interest in social media. I enjoy connecting with people from all over the world, and I really enjoy making the videos as well. But I also want to practice more in making my videos a little bit more cinematic, so hopefully I can show you more of that in the future as well. I'm rambling again, but I thank you for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye!